Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we're playing a deck I'm calling Temur, Trolls, and Lizrogs. So it's a Temur midrange deck with Barkhide Troll, 2 converted mana cost, 2 green, and it's a 2/2 that it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. So really it's a 3/3. And then you can pay 1 to remove a counter from it, and it gains hexproof until end of turn. This is so good with things like Hadana's Climb, or with the Rhythm of the Wild, where we get an extra counter onto it, or get to give it haste, and it's a 2 mana 3/3, really good stats. It's awesome, and it has hexproof against a lot of situations, so really powerful. We also have Galloping Lizrog, which works with the rest of our deck, which has lots of counter synergies, things like Evolution Sage to put counters onto lots of things, Zagana to give trample to all of our creatures with counters as well, which works with our Nissa. Lizrog also works with Nissa so well, and I actually haven't seen anyone do that yet, so we're gonna try some things out. Anyway, when it enters the battlefield, you may remove any number of +1/+1 counters from among creatures you control. If you do, you put twice that many counters onto Galloping Lizrog. Well, if we have a Rhythm of the Wild or a Domri to give him Riot, then Galloping Lizrog comes in with haste, and as long as it doesn't die to an immediate removal spell, that is one of the biggest issues of it, is that it can die with its 3 toughness to a lightning strike or something. But if it survives, we could just swing in with a 12/12 trample guy that's with haste. So it's kind of like build your own Galta with this deck. In fact, we probably ought to be playing Galta as well, but Lizrog is just more fun. Anyway, so that's what we're trying to do with this deck, is just play all of the fun synergies with counters to help get a Lizrog out. Play just a very good, it's kind of like an aggressive mid-range deck. We could probably be aggro with this deck as well, with Zerta Goblins, Barkhide Troll, Gruul Spellbreaker, Growth Chamber Guardian, Evolution Sage to kind of bump all those guys up another level. So lots of really cool and fun things you can do with this. So we can go aggressive if we need to, but then we can also kind of slow the game down with Hydra Krasis, with our Planeswalkers, and just kind of get some grindy value and then finish with a big Lizrog. So that is the dream. We do have a couple of Karn's Bastions in the deck as well. Domri's Ambush to help put more counters onto our creatures, deal damage. It's really powerful with Barkhide Troll, with Zagana, or with the cards that we need to get Hadana's Climb flipped. Anyway, there's some really cool things we can do with this deck. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how it does for us. Wish me luck, and here we go. All right, we're up against Souls. All of the Souls. We're against every single one of them, and that's a pretty good avatar for that as well, by the way. Well, this would be great if we could actually play these. Getting down the Barkhide Troll is nice. So the one thing with this, all right, that's better. That is a lot better. All right, we're gonna keep this. And let's, what do we go down? Rhythm of the Wild? Maybe Hydra Krasis, but it's so good. I think that we do go down Hydra Krasis. I hate getting rid of the one way to help us draw more cards, especially after Mulligan, but I think that this is a more aggressive hand. So Stomping Grounds tap, pass the turn, plays Zerta Goblin into Rhythm of the Wild, depending on how aggressive they go here. Plays Forest, Wildgrowth Walker, okay, that's fine. Now we absolutely put the counter onto this fella. Pass the turn. Let's see how much life they're able to gain here. Rhythm of the Wild will be useful just to get more counters onto our stuff. Keep our board really big. That grows the Wildgrowth Walker. That's fine. Another Gruul Spellbreaker. All right, well, let's go Rootbound Crag, Rhythm of the Wild, and pass the turn. No attacks. And we're hoping to... This is a matchup where we're going to have to hopefully get to where we can get enough counters onto everything to have a big Lizrog, and just swing in after maybe they swing in unfavorably. We haven't seen red or black mana yet, so it's not looking like... Oh, man. Is this because they want stuff in the graveyard, or do they have something? It looks like they're hovering over their hand. We'll say no blocks. Down to 15. Oh, man, that's so awkward. All right, so play Breeding Pool tapped. Play Gruul Spellbreaker. Do we go aggressive here? Counter, and let's just make him a 5/5. He does grow the Overgrown Elemental. Maybe that's what he was going for, is just growing that guy. So no attacks, pass the turn. Overgrown Elemental is really good, really powerful. Is this? I'm guessing this may also be playing like Creeping Trailblazer then, and this is just like a red-green aggro. Nissa's really good.
Together we will prevail. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
All right, gonna swing in. Not sure you can really swing in with anything at this point. Maybe just the Branch Walker to try to grow Elemental. We need to find something other than lands. Oh man, that is one thing. Actually, I think I kept 24 lands in the deck, which is too many. So I guess I should have played Stomping Grounds. That's fine. Oh man, this Nissa is just gonna get out of hand though. I guess no attacks. If they get to ultimate the Nissa, I don't know what we do about that. You know, we can come back from them ultimating Nissa and not having done anything else. Like if they go to 9 power beforehand and they get to keep ticking up with it, maybe Living Twister. Okay, that's really good. All right.
Rise, my elemental friend.
All right, we'll block with both. As a shock. All right, he gets to kill one of them, but we get to get rid of him. Overgrown Elemental grows, and we can't deal with this Nissa still. Another Gruul Spellbreaker. Man, a Hydrate Krasis would be great. Counter, and I guess counter? So many lands! We can't attack favorably. Like, even though this Nissa is going to go off and be crazy, and they have so much mana, and this Living Twister can kill our stuff anytime, I just don't think that we can afford to do anything else here. And then just pass and hope that they keep swinging in unfavorably. And we're just going to keep drawing lands and passing the turn. Doesn't use Living Twister for anything. Very interesting. I think it... Alright, ultimates. Alright, so now they have all this. So they did lose the Nissa. If I was in his situation, I probably would have waited one more turn. So in hindsight, we should have gone down the land and not the Hydrate Krasis. But we would never have known that we were going to draw this many lands off the top. Like, this is a little bit ridiculous. We'll take the 3. He gets to kill our guys with Living Twister as well. So honestly, we just need to get power off the battlefield. That's our best chance. He gets to grow this elemental like crazy. If we find a Lizrog off the top, man, that's going to be so annoying. But so what he's going to do is he's going to let these all do damage. He's going to Living Twister to kill our Gruul Spellbreaker. He does have... It is Temur. Okay, so this is an elemental deck. Okay, that's fine. All right, Evolution Sage. With a counter. Absolutely. Hinterland Harbor. Well, that would have been nice to have beforehand. Alright, Grow Orphilla. No attacks past the turn. They really didn't get that many forests out of their deck. Did they not have that many forests? That was really weird. I feel like you would absolutely get more forests than that. Maybe they misclicked or something. That just seems so awkward. Alright, we'll take out some blue mana. And we know we're going to lose stuff, but we can't keep taking too much damage here with this. I guess we actually get rid of a forest. Down to 9. Oh, they're indestructible. That's right. Because of Nissa. That is what everything changes there. That changes a lot of things. Alright, well, Zagana. We're actually not going to put a counter onto it because then we can get more on the next turn. But we know that we're dead here anyway. Incubation Druid. How did we draw a card? I have not read that other side of that text in forever. If you have another creature with a +1/+1 counter. Interesting. All right, well, let's bring down Incubation Druid with a counter. We have lots of mana. No attacks past the turn. I mean, these guys, this is just an indestructible army that he gets to hit us with every turn. In fact, we have to block with the Druid just not to be dead. So we are dead if he swings in with everything. That was a very interesting game, though. Drawing all the lands was a little bit rough. And not, I could have swung more at Nissa earlier, but then we were just dead way earlier anyway. So that was just a rough game. All right, we're up against Owlbear. Bring it on, Owlbear. And well, we have Growth Chamber Guardian. We don't have any red mana, but Growth Chamber with Simic Ascendancy is kind of fun. We get to grab more things out of our deck. We're gonna adapt him first, but we can adapt him and then still put counters onto him that way. Yeah, so we'll keep this. We at least have a game plan. Hopefully we find lands as well. We're on the draw, so we should along the way. All right, well, play Breeding Pool, and again, just like the last game, we have 24 lands in the deck, so it's understandable that we were drawing too many. It's not understandable for us to not draw too few, though, at this point. I mean, that would be a little bit ridiculous. Ooh, well, there's Nissa. Well, go Growth Chamber Guardian, go past the turn. At least they didn't have Thought Erasure. That I'm gonna hoot and holler and shout for joy. I'm thinking because of Discovery. What the? Mana Geode. All right, so this is a Teferi. No, not Teferi. Tezzeret deck, I'm guessing then. I'm thinking if we get this Rhythm of the Wild down, we're going to be a lot safer. Not what we wanted. Well, let's go ahead and adapt. That is what we wanted. We get more of these guys out of the deck. Down to 16 past the turn. It is kind of interesting. I think it shows like one of the top cards right before it shuffles it. It looked like it was Breeding Pool. I'm not sure how that works, actually. If you guys know why it shows a card on top after everything. And Mana Geode again gets to scry. If we find red mana, I might just... Ooh, this is... What is this deck? Is this the Agent of Treachery deck? Reanimator style stuff. Domri's Ambush might be necessary at that point. We can like Growth Chamber Guardian, Domri's Ambush on this one, Revitalize, just to keep creatures off. No, we have nothing. Nothing going for us. All right, swing it in. All right, so he does block. So doesn't have Blood to Bones or whatever. Also doesn't have anything in the graveyard anyway. This could also just be a Yoink deck of some sort. Has the Mox Amber. I'm thinking it's Tezzeret. Tezzeret Yoink. Revitalize. Opt. I'm trying to think of what this could be. It could also be... All right, Saheeli. Saheeli makes sense. Saheeli I can see. Okay, okay. Tyrant Scorn. All right. See, that makes sense to me. That's understandable. I don't like it, but it's understandable. Well, we already have too many cards in hand anyway. Let's swing at Saheeli. They're gonna block. He only has one card in hand at this point, so... I'm actually going to play this Simic Ascendancy just because I think it's another way that we can win against a very wide board. Adapting would be nice to get another Growth Chamber Guardian out of the deck. I'm just going to hope that we have red mana on top now. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at how many more lands he's played than us at this point. Scheming Symmetry. Hey, we get to put something on top of our deck. Interesting. A Scheming Symmetry deck. Barkhide Troll's not bad, but I think it is just a Rootbound Crag. Do we reveal it? As weird as it is, I think it is just the land. It looked like we had Stomping Ground on top too. Dang it. We don't get to see what he has, but I'm assuming it's a Tezzeret. Okay, there's mana. Alright, we can Domri's Ambush with this as well. We can Domri's Ambush, play the other Growth Chamber Guardian. Let's do that. So Domri's Ambush. Getting out the Domri might have been better in some ways, but this way we at least get the counter. We get some Simic Ascendancy action going on. We get to grab a Growth Chamber Guardian. A better chance of hitting more lands, kind of. And we get to swing in for 3 at Saheeli. He does have Tezzeret or whatever good is on top. This is why seeing Symmetry. Okay, Bolas' Citadel, very interesting. How is he gaining life with this deck? All right, Discovery. Maybe it's just going wide enough it doesn't matter. And then it's Tezzeret. Tezzeret gains you life because you have enough artifacts. That is a very interesting game plan. I kind of like it a lot. All right, Ops. The Surveil lets him get rid of lands, and lets him dig for the cards he wants. And he has all this life gain as well. This is a cool deck. I'm liking it a lot. I mean, I think we could have beaten it if we had just drawn anything better. Plays another Saheeli, gets rid of the old one. Down to 14. And maybe we need, I don't know what else we could do here. Prison Realm. It's actually better for him to hit this one, because this one hasn't adapted yet. We technically have everyone out of our graveyard, or out of our library already. Gains lots of life from that. Okay. He also spends a ton, though. That's 6 mana. He gained just enough to stay alive. Some people may not recognize how much that costs, because it's 6 converted mana cost, though. Some people might play it thinking it's only 4, but it is 6. Mox Amber. I'm just excited to see this deck go off. This is so much fun. My leg is bleeding. I don't know why that's happening. You picked a Scab or something. Another Prison Realm. Okay. Finally fizzles. Alright. And gets to use Bolas' Citadel whenever he wants to at this as well. I mean, we're just dead, right? I'm going to play this out just because it's so fun. Play Nissa. So kill us with Bolas' Citadel. Saheeli with Bolas. Man, this is so good. We are going to concede. We already know what's going to happen here. But it is really cool what he was just doing there. Really, really cool. We might have to build that deck. All right, we're up against Wamba. Bring it on, Wamba. I'm weird. All right, we're going to keep it. Even though it's all slow lands, this is a really good curve. Let's go ahead and get down the red mana this time. I don't know what's up with these lands, my friend. I feel like we have a sweet deck here, and we've had pretty decent hands that we just haven't been able to find the pieces to the puzzle. All right, well, that's a piece to the puzzle. You like it. All right, Zert to Goblin. Let's see here. The whole idea is that we want counters in this deck, so let's actually with a counter. Pass the turn. We're going to get down Rhythm of the Wild into Gruul Spell, actually into Evolution Sage into a land to give multiple counters onto everything, so that'll be good. Ooh, double Rhythm of the Wild, you say. I say, yay. All right, well, let's swing in first. Go to combat. Down to 18, and Rhythm. Not really worried about counters with this deck, but the haste just sets up the combo. We get so much value. The biggest issue is if we run up against Feather. Feather can do a ton of damage, but it's usually with Reckless Rage, so this is the Feather deck. Okay, so 10th Legionnaire. Now we might go a little bit more aggressive. Down to 16. I am going to play the... ooh. Right, so Evolution Sage with a counter. Hopefully they don't have Reckless Rage here. They have some sort of spell here. Alright, well, swing in for 4. And if we can find land for, like, Gruul Spellbreaker into... Or, I don't know, even Rhythm of the Wild again into Barkhide Troll into the land. I don't know. We'll see how this does. Probably Troll. Alright, Shock once, Shock twice. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. It's rude, but that's fair. Alright, no land. Let's just Gruul Spellbreaker. Let's swing in for 8. I think that we can just start going a little bit hasty here. Now, this is when you go aggressive. So, with a counter, with haste, swing it in. Down to 6, pass the turn. Next turn we get Barkhide Troll to do the same. If we find land, we can Domri. Oh man, we needed more lands for that. If we find a land, we can Rhythm of the Wild and play it again. Or play Rhythm Wild and Barkhide Troll. Swings in. He has a Vigilance as well, so that's good. Incubation Druid. Oh man, we're land away from doing some really fun stuff. A Incubation Druid with a counter. Barkhide Troll with haste. Make him block with the 10th District Legionnaire. So it resolves. You make him another 4/4. That's difficult for them to deal with. But I think that going aggressive might just be better. Alright, swing it in. Domri lets us refill our hand, hopefully. They can double block something, but now they can't double block and still be alive. And so they block here, block there. Maybe they have a way to pump it. Maybe they have like a God's Willing. So maybe they block here with God's Willing. He blocks the Spellbreaker. It says Trample, so that makes sense. Blocks there, and do they have a pump spell of some sort? God's Willing would be the worst. If they have Reckless Rage, that would be really bad. They get to kill Zerta Goblin as well. But we have lots of mana now. We can find creatures. This would be great. All right, has a shock. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Down to 2. Pass the turn. We find any hasty creature. We'll see. Feather. Okay, Feather. I'm assuming this deck is also playing Lyra then. Reckless Rage? No. They would have played it earlier if they had it, so yeah. Swings in for 4. We're getting pretty low as well ourselves, so we have to stay aggressive. Defiant Strike, okay. The 5 gets it back. It's a scry. 1 turn clock, so we have to go all in. We know that we're dead next turn. We find an island. Play island, play... All right, so we actually have to hold up red mana in some way. So Domri. Dig.
It's a beautiful day for chaos, isn't it? Well, what do we have?
Galloping
here?
Lizrog. And we're 1 mana away. No. Ah, submit 1. We're 1 mana away. Well, we get to kill Feather. They get to win the game. That's bad. Good game. 1 mana off from being able to do it. And it was the next card on top. Well, let's see. Make sure that they don't swing right. They do have Defiant Strike, which gets to kill something as well with this Feather. But, yeah, so we lose the game here. With so many good things. Man, this is rough. This video, I feel like I'm wanting to keep every one of these games in this video because we're doing the fun things. We're doing what this deck is trying to do. We're just losing in really not cool ways. Yeah, so we're dead. Has the gods willing. And I don't really know if there's any way we could have been more aggressive. I mean, we could have swung in earlier with Zerta Goblin, but they just had a pretty stacked hand with all the shocks that they had, which is really good against us. Yeah, has the good game. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll go ahead and concede. I don't want to see everything else. That was rough. All right, we're up against Chiso. Bring it on, Chiso. And we are playing Trolls and Lizrog. And let's see. This is a sweet hand. Oh, this is pretty. We're going to keep. All right, well, with the Rupon Craig, now we go Breeding Pool tapped, pass the turn. Do we go Growth Chamber into Hadana's Claim? That's the question. I think that that's the best. The Danto Vanguard, that's fine. We'll take our beats for a turn with it. Growth Chamber Guardian. We get to swing for 10 pretty quick with this. Prison Realm. All right, that's annoying. Gruul Spellbreaker would be pretty good here. Down to 17. So this is white, mono white aggro is what I'm thinking this is. We're going to play the Barkite Troll with untapped land just so that we can use his ability with Hexproof. And pass the turn. We're not going to block the Vanguard. We can Domri's Ambush on the next turn as well, or like Zerta Goblin Ambush, make him pay for the Vanguard and then swing in. Getting Blackblade, okay.
Gods bless us in our righteous cause.
Now I'm not sure if he attacks. That's a little bit interesting. Maybe he gives him like Vigilance.
I believe in you, friend.
Yeah, Vigilance. Okay, that makes sense. All right, no blocks. So now we can Zerta Goblin, Domri's Ambush with him. And then swing at Gideon with a hasty 3/3, a couple of 3/3s there. Hadana's Claim, man, the issue is that this Gideon Blackblade's going to get out of hand. We can also another Troll at Zerta Goblin, swing in. All right, so let's go Zerta Goblin first with haste. See if they have a shock here. Possible. All right, pays for life. Now they still have a good blocker, but we're still going to hit Gideon. Yeah, we're not going to be able to block him. So hit Gideon for 3. Maybe we just need to be going more aggressive right now. I don't know. This is where I feel like I struggle against Adento Vanguard in this deck. Is sometimes it's better just to go face with everything. Resplendent Angel. All right, gets to gain some life. Raptor Hatchling. Very interesting.
Prepare for battle.
We're taking a lot. We're dead next turn. On board. Unless we can block some way favorably. That was helpful. All right, well, let's Barkhide Troll with the counter onto it, of course. Adana's Climb. We can't really attack Gideon now. No attacks past the turn. Next turn we get to flip Adana's Climb. Which means we can at least block Resplendent Angel. But... oh, they have 6 mana.
Your light will
Vigilance.
lead the darkness.
Yeah, now he just can swing so favorably, it doesn't even matter. Swings here, swings with Gideon. Oh my goodness, man. We have just been running into awful luck with these games. Oh my goodness. I love... these games have been fun. Opponents have been doing some really cool things, and we've been playing against completely different decks every time. And I don't feel like our hand is bad. We just haven't been able to turn the corner yet is the biggest thing. We haven't been able to just like find a way to stabilize. Which our deck, maybe we just need a little bit more removal. I don't know. All right, up against Shielder, bring it on. And we'll keep this. Breeding Pool into Troll into Rhythm of the Wild seems grand. Or Domri's Ambush, hold up. Let's go Troll first. Rhythm of the Wild into Zerta Goblin, make a 4/4. Pretty good. We could have Lightning Strike here. What is this? Elementals. Okay. Stormkin. Okay. So hasty Elementals. Or it could just be the Elemental deck in general. Did we just go aggressive then? Let's go Rhythm of the Wild. Swing in. Down to 17 past the turn. Next turn, if we find land, we can Zerta Goblin and Domri's Ambush. If we don't, then we have a pretty big Spellbreaker we can do. We're probably going to want to get rid of that. Swings in. Down to 14. Karn's Bastion. Okay, so Karn's Bastion... we can't play both of these, unfortunately. But we get closer to a Lizrog, which is fun. Let's go Spellbreaker. So counter and haste. Swing in for 7. Takes it down to 10. Pass the turn. If we have Lizrog, it doesn't gain a ton. Steamkin. This is good. It's really good. All right, lands. We're also just doing a ton of damage here as well, though. They're playing a very aggressive, small creature style of this, which is good, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough for him, especially with Domri's Ambush. If we find another colored source, we can do some fun stuff here. Okay, down to 12. Pass to my turn. Okay. So Zerta Goblin, counter haste, Domri's ambush, kill Steamkin, swing through, make them trade off with these guys to not be dead. Then next turn we have the Lizrog. Yeah, I think that's the best play. So pay 2 life. Oh, we actually don't have the colors for it. Maybe it's just Lizrog. Swing in 5. Ah, dang it. I misplayed there. That was rough. All right, Domri's ambush. All right, let's see here. What's the best play? Galloping Lizrog comes in. It's a 7. So with haste, enters the battlefield. Swing in. This has trample, this has trample. They have to be blocking things to not be dead. Yeah, that was the best play still. I mean, a 7/7 with haste is decent, especially when they're at 10 life. So I'm thinking what they do is they probably they could try to trade off here, but these guys have trample, so they have to be able to kill us on the next turn. So maybe they block here and like trade off with the Scorch Bitter here. Or they double block here to kill the Spellbreaker. And then chomp. I don't know. There's really not a good way for them to block here. So I think that we're going to be able to win this one. All right, so they stay alive. Getting rid of the Risen Reef. Going for the aggressive approach then. Creeping Trailblazer. Oh man, are they going to have enough? 7 damage at the moment. If they have another Trailblazer, Stormkin, oh my heavens, you gotta be kidding me! For the love! What is with this deck? Why can't I win with this deck? No! Oh man. So just so you guys know, I did win games before I made this video. I think I'm going to post this one as it is because we had 5 really fun games. I'll put a big warning before this one. Hey, no wins with this one, but amazing games ahead. So I'm so sorry that we didn't get a win with this one. The deck is good. I think it's a solid deck. It's doing a bunch of really good things. It's just, I don't know. We had a lot of bad hands with draws, and then the times that we were doing really well, they just happened to pull together like 8 more points of damage than they had on board out of nowhere. I mean, that's what their deck's trying to do, I guess, and that's pretty cool. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm sorry about that one. I'm just not willing to play another game with this one right now because I'm a little bit frustrated. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Bye.